Welcome back. Jay Van Rolling from the Kansas State Research and Extension Office is with us this morning. She's here to share what you need to know when your sheep or goat gives birth next. So good morning to you.
Good morning.
We've got a lot of tools here. Talk to me about these guys.
Yeah, so I have a couple basic supplies here that you'll want to have on hand when your goats and sheep are getting close to giving birth. Of course, you can have a lot more comprehensive supply list than this, but this is a few of the basics to start out with. So the first thing you're going to want to have is this is iodine spray.
Okay.
And you're going to spray the umbilical cord with this, or you can pour some into a smaller container and dip the umbilical cord in it. And this helps prevent bacteria from traveling up that umbilical cord and causing an infection later on. So the next thing I like to have on hand is a towel. It can be any size, and this is in case you need to assist the mom with cleaning off those kids or lambs. I like to give the mom the opportunity to clean them off because it gives them a chance to really form that bond. But sometimes when there's multiples, they need a little bit of help. So I make sure that face is cleaned off first to make sure they can breathe without any problems, and then I let mom do the rest if she's able to. Related to that, I also like to have on hand a bulb syringe, and this is for cleaning out any birthing fluid they may have inhaled to make sure their airways are clear and it's easy for them to breathe. I also keep gloves on hand, and these are for if I have to go in and assist by pulling a kid or lamb. Maybe they're positioned incorrectly, or they're a little too big for mom to do it by herself. And then I also have a bottle here and also a esophageal feeding tube and syringe. And these are for if you have a weak kid or lamb, or one that maybe unfortunately isn't accepted by the mom. This is to make sure they get fed. So sometimes if they're really weak, they need to be tube fed. Otherwise, the bottle works great. And there's a variety of different styles of bottles and nipples that you could use. This is just one example. And then related to that, I also keep colostrum replacer on hand because it's really important for those kids to get colostrum within the first 12 hours after being born to get those maternal antibodies. That's vital for their survival. So I always want to have that on hand as well. And then one supply that I always like to have easy to grab, whether they're kidding or not, is a thermometer. And that is just to check their temperature. So that could be if you find a kid or lamb that's really cold, double checking their temperature to see if they need to be warmed up before they're fed. Or if you have one that isn't acting quite right, just to double check their temperature. The normal range is 101 to 103. So if it's anything above or below that, that indicates that they're not feeling well, and then you can figure out how to treat them from there.
Wonderful. Lots of useful tools, lots of useful information. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, stick around. We'll be right back.